There's a tournament happening right now that's about to be watched by more human beings than any other event on Earth this year. Not close. Bigger than the Super Bowl, bigger than the Olympics, bigger than anything America has ever produced. And if you've watched it before and had absolutely no idea what was going on, that confusion ends today. In the next 10 minutes, you're going to understand exactly how the World Cup works. The teams, the groups, the points, the knockouts, the weird rules, and the stuff nobody bothers explaining to beginners. No soccer background required. Let's get into it. Start with the basics. The World Cup isn't club teams. It's not Real Madrid. It's not Manchester United. None of that. It's countries. The United States plays as the United States. Brazil plays as Brazil. It happens once every 4 years, and for 1 month, it's basically the only thing the entire planet agrees to watch at the same time. Different languages, different time zones, same obsession. This year breaks tradition immediately. For the first time ever, 3 countries are co-hosting. The USA, Canada, and Mexico. 16 host cities, 3 nations, 1 tournament. The US alone is hosting 78 matches. Think about that. 78 games in 1 country used to be more than entire World Cups had in total, and here's the bigger shift nobody outside soccer circles really clocked. This is the first 48-team World Cup in history. It used to be 32 teams, and 32 was the number for over 20 years. FIFA expanded it for 2 reasons. More countries get a shot at the world stage, and more games means more broadcasting money. Both things are true, and FIFA isn't exactly hiding the second one. So how does a tournament avoid total chaos with 48 teams running around 3 countries? Groups. The 48 teams get split into 12 groups, 4 teams each. Picture it like the group stage of a school bracket tournament, where everyone plays a few warm-up rounds before the real eliminations start. Each team plays 3 matches total, 1 against each of the other 3 teams sharing its group. Now here's where most beginners get lost. Points. A win is worth 3 points. A draw, meaning the match ends tied, is worth 1 point each. A loss gets you 0. After 3 matches, whichever teams have the most points in their group move on. Sounds simple. The drama comes from how often it isn't. Here's something that catches Americans off guard every single time. In this sport, draws happen constantly. There's no overtime period to force a winner in the group stage. A match can end 0-0, 0 goals, and both teams still walk away with a point each. That single rule changes everything about how teams play late in a match. Sometimes protecting a tie is the smartest move on the board, even if it looks boring from the outside. A team parking players in defense for the last 20 minutes isn't choking, it's strategy. After those 3 group games, the top 2 teams in each group automatically advance. That's 24 teams secured. But this year, FIFA added a twist. The 8 best third-place teams, calculated across all 12 groups combined, also sneak through to the next round. So finishing third doesn't necessarily mean you're out. It means you might be sweating through results in groups you're not even playing in, hoping some other team somewhere scores a goal that helps your numbers. That's a brand new wrinkle for 2026, and it's created a level of spreadsheet-style suspense the World Cup has never had before. Added up, 24 group winners and runners-up plus 8 third-place teams, 32 survive. And that's the exact moment the entire tournament changes personality. Welcome to the knockout stage, and it's unforgiving. No more draws saving you, no more group stage cushion. Lose once and you're done. Forever. Pack your bags. Because 32 is a new number for the knockout rounds, this year introduces something that's never existed in World Cup history, a round of 32. It slots in before the round of 16, which leads to the quarterfinals, then the semifinals, then the final. 5 straight rounds where 1 loss ends your country's entire tournament. If a knockout match is tied after 90 minutes, nobody just shrugs and accepts a draw. They play 30 extra minutes called extra time. Still tied? It comes down to penalty kicks. 5 players from each team, 1 shot apiece straight at the goalkeeper from 12 yards away. It is essentially a coin flip wearing the costume of a skill competition, and it has ended more dreams than almost anything else in global sports. Quick translation: because soccer speaks its own language and nobody warns you. The field is called the pitch, a game is called a match, the jersey is called a kit. The referee can hold up a yellow card as a warning for rough play, and a red card means you're ejected immediately, leaving your team to finish the match with only 10 players on the field. And if you ever hear commentators yelling about something called VAR, that's Video Assistant Referee, a replay system used to double-check controversial goals, penalties, and red cards. It's soccer's version of instant replay, and it's argued about constantly. Now here's a fact that might genuinely surprise you. Low scores in this sport are completely normal. A final score of 1-0 isn't a malfunction. It's just Tuesday. Compare that to basketball, where teams routinely crack 100 points, and soccer suddenly makes a lot more sense once you stop expecting scoreboards to explode. Where does all this lead? The final is set for July 19th at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, just outside New York City. 104 total matches across the whole tournament, all funneling down to that single afternoon. Out of 48 nations, exactly one leaves as champion. Worth knowing who's walking in with a target on their back. Argentina enters as the defending champion, led by Lionel Messi, arguably the most recognizable athlete on the planet outside American sports. And here's a detail that explains why the US, Canada, and Mexico are guaranteed to be competing no matter how their qualifying form looked. Host nations get an automatic spot, no qualifying required, just show up. One more wrinkle worth knowing, FIFA built separate bracket pathways into this tournament specifically so the biggest favorites, teams like Argentina, Spain, France, and England, can't accidentally eliminate each other before the final. It's a structural decision designed to keep the biggest stars around for as long as possible. Convenient, to say the least. So let's lock it all in. 48 teams, 12 groups of 4. Top 2 from every group advance automatically, joined by the 8 best third-place teams. That leaves 32 survivors. From there, it's winner go home through 5 straight knockout rounds, all the way to MetLife Stadium on July 19th. If you remember one thing from this video, remember this. A tie isn't failure in this sport. Sometimes it's the smartest possible outcome on the entire field. Understand that one idea, and you'll already be watching this tournament smarter than most casual fans tuning in for the first time. If this finally made the World Cup make sense, subscribe. There's a lot more of this tournament still ahead, and the explanations aren't stopping here.